Hello and welcome again to my channel. This is going to be a quick overview of an Ancient Hypergate on a class that I have just begun to discover, the Power Tech. I've only been on this for barely a few days, like 3 or 4 days tops. If I've played 20 maps with this class, it's really nice. But I am discovering exactly how much fun it is also. So this is not going to be an actual tutorial on the class, but more of a tutorial on Ancient Hypergate, the actual map. So the pointing system in this map goes as follows. It's 75 points per pylon, and after that you get 1 point for each kill times the level multiplier. The starting round is a ×3 multiplier, making each kill 3 points. Each orb that you will capture and deliver to your active pylon are worth 2 points times the multiplier, but this is a fixed amount. So it total is 6 points. So here's the trick on why the kills are preferable over the orbs, because the kills will carry over to the next round, the next pylon capture. So round 2 will be a ×4 multiplier, so keep an eye at the top right. You will see the multiplier change after the first detonation that we see here, making the next pylon capture 75 points, plus all the kills you made in the round 1, or the previous round. So seeing as each kill right now are a ×3 multiplier, say we get 5 of them in the first round, that's 15 points. Carried over to the next pylon capture, making it now 75 plus 15 equals 90. There you go. So, and next round, same thing again, except this time the multiplier will be ×4, and so on and so forth, until either team reaches a minimum of 600 points, or if both teams have passed the 600 points, whichever team has the most points. So it's fairly simple, isn't it? But it's important to keep an eye on that multiplier. And yes, getting orbs is very important, but the whole strategy of this map is you get your kills by dominating the middle section, the section I'm about to die in right now. I believe I get killed. I'm not sure. Oh no, I didn't. I actually got out of there pretty well. Excellent. So the whole trick here is also not to give out easy kill. If you're just gonna head over to the other team's area and just constantly give out deaths, well, you're giving them points, and you're ensuring their win over yours. So here, I died a questionable death, but I caused my fair share of damage. Now the next point here, as you see me heading to our pylon, I can't stress this enough. It's important to develop a good sense of situational awareness, especially in this map, or maps where you have captured areas like Civil War or Novara Coast. It's important to know what's going on around you. And noticed how I came out of the spawn area, didn't see any one of my teammates heading for the pylon after detonation. When you see that flash at the end of round 1 or round 2 or round 3, when you see that flash and it ends, drop your target and make sure you come and secure your pylon. And when you secure it, notice my positioning here. I am not sitting directly on the pylon. That is a mistake. Everybody who just sits directly in that green area, that glowy area, is someone that doesn't really play any other classes and doesn't get the concept of stun caps. Stun caps in the sense that, okay, for example, look at a scoundrel or an operative. They have a sleep dart ability. They have a slew of stunning abilities to basically mez you, root you, stun you, and just really play with you. If you're sitting on that pylon, you're just delivering your pylon on a silver platter to them. Now here, you see, if he stuns me here, he has to travel back to the pylon, giving that stun he gave me time to tick down. Time to count down. Because let's face it, when I'm going to go sneak a pylon on my scoundrel or my operative, and I see somebody sitting directly on that pylon, I'm going to put your ass to sleep, and then I'm going to force you to use your stun breaker, making you vulnerable to a second stun that you will not be able to get out of. So the whole strategy is, I'll put your ass to sleep, I'll unstealth, and start capping. You'll be forced to break that stun and interrupt me. After that, I've got another instant stun, the flashbang. And if we're directly on the pylon, that flashbang lasts 8 seconds, forgive me. And capping the pylon is an 8 seconds also. You see where I'm going with this? So if you're standing 20 meters away from that pylon, and I stun you, I flashbang you there, well, the time it takes me to get back to the pylon and start capping, give it a second or two, means the stun I gave you will wear out before I'm able to cap the pylon, giving you that buffer room to interrupt me and prevent me from stealing that pylon from you. You see where I'm going with this? So new players, inexperienced players, or players that just have never played any other class other than their ranged class or, something like such, will not realize this. So it's important to listen to experienced players, or at least seasoned players that have a wider or a broader playstyle spectrum than just one class. The benefit of me knowing this is because I actually play the stealth classes. I play every class in the game. So I have a unique perspective here of how to counter certain tactics, which is beneficial to the team. And it's important to play these maps because they're all objective based. And you gotta play these strategically. If you don't play them strategically and just run in there handing, an easy kill on a silver platter to your enemy, chances are you're making yourself vulnerable to a loss. And there's, you just can't get out of that. And people that don't realize this end up not being a team's favorite player. You want to play constructively. So that's an important note there. Might sound like a bit of a rant to some. Not really. But it is important to put out there. Additionally to what I mentioned about the pointing system. So keep that in mind. 6 points for orbs, 3 points for kills, and the kills carry on over to the next pylon capture. And if you want to verify this, the next time you go into a Hypergate, check it out. Pay attention to the scoring system, how much points your team has when you achieve a certain thing. So, there we go. So let's keep enjoying this map. This is, I believe, going to be a loss. Not by much, but we've had a couple easy kills there. And we need to get the focusing. So I'm seeing some action there in our end zone. And I'm going to head on over there as soon as the gate drops. And try and support... well, never mind. See, while narrating this, I'm not hearing the game sounds. So I didn't hear the actual alarm for the pylon sounding. And another thing that's really important is to play team-oriented. Like, help your team kill a target. Don't just run off like a half-cocked Rambo. See here how I'm trying to... Oh, well, he was dotted up apparently and he died on his own, but I tried to yank that operative off of him. So I'm going to try and guard this other merc and taunt those targets to give them more survivability so their damage output is lessened. And perhaps he could get a heal out, but no, he ended up dying and I followed him in his footsteps. Well, that was not a brilliant move, but I did what I could for my teammate there. And it was just against all odds. So, let's see what we've got cooking for this round. Oh, they actually took our pylon. See, he got tunnel vision on one target and didn't notice the guy behind him capping. So this is going to be an endeavor to recapture our pylon. So as you noticed here, I am in the dot spec, the damage over time, which is a bunch of bleeds and AoEs. This is not a burst spec, so I'm not going to try attempting going up a single target. Yeah, I think I just handed 2 very easy kills to them, the one previous to that one and that one. But there's only so much you can do when you're left there alone. So you want to focus targets. Being a bleed spec is try to cause as much damage to everybody that's in my range as possible. If I were burst spec, I would try to target somebody else's target and help them. Basically what we call focusing a target, which is pretty much self-explanatory, really. You can see all of my dots on all of these guys. I'm placing burns, bleeds, and a whole bunch of AoEs that cause residual effects on them so that they can't re-stealth. See, I was waiting for that little scoundrel there to have his stealth broke because of that bleed. So he was able to cloak out, as is what I like to refer to his oh shit button, and see there. Oh no, you're not going anywhere, you little fucker. So bleeds will also, for the most part, break a stealth. So if a stealther ends up killing you and you got a bleed on him and he tries stealthing out, even though he's out of threat, it won't work, because the moment another bleed tick hits him, it's going to break his stealth. So this was fun. It was a loss, not by much. Look at the score. Well, luck wasn't on our side because we definitely had the damage, but we've had a couple lonesome Rambos in there trying to take everything in their own hands, and that kind of backfired. So there you have it, folks. Hope this was instructive, educational as far as the math goes. Hope to see you again. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe.